notoriously bad at operating microphones. And I don't like text messaging, which is going to be ironic very shortly. But I do it regularly because it's quick and efficient. My name is Ben. Thank you, Bridget and Amber and the TELOS group more broadly for inviting me to present. It's wonderful work that you're doing, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. As Bridget mentioned, I am one of the creators of Ready4K, a text messaging program for parents of preschoolers designed to stimulate parental involvement and foster child development. And I'm going to start with a little bit of motivation regarding why we developed this program. So despite the fact that virtually all parents want their children to succeed, research consistently shows large systematic differences in the home learning experiences of young children. For example, economically disadvantaged 0 to 2-year-olds receive less stimulating and responsive care than their wealthier counterparts, and they're more likely to experience harsh parenting. By the age of 4, poor children hear 30 million fewer words at home than wealthier children. These disparities, of course, have long-term consequences given strong links between parenting and child development. Typical parenting workshops can place significant demands on parents' time and effort, often requiring parents to attend sessions on a weeknight. And parents who do show up are generally inundated with a lot of information that can be difficult to remember and put into practice. Doctor and home visitation programs show promise, but doctor visits are infrequent, and home visitation programs are costly and generally difficult to scale. An alternative approach is to break down the complexity of parenting into small steps that are easy to achieve, provide continuous encouragement and support over extended periods of time, and leverage widely used technology to maximize reach and minimize cost. Text messaging is currently the ideal technology for this approach, as it's essentially ubiquitous, it has an amazing reach rate. Traditionally hard to reach families text with the highest frequency, and it's low cost and easy to scale. In addition, it has proven efficacy in similar applications. In healthcare, texting's led to improvements in a range of outcomes from smoking cessation to weight loss, and in education has driven improvements in grade point average and college matriculation. Taking insights from these programs, Susanna Loeb and myself, Susanna Loeb's a professor at Stanford and a wonderful woman in general, developed Ready4K, a school year-long text messaging program for parents of 4-year-olds that's designed to enhance their default behaviors, the things they do automatically with their children, by showing them how to exploit everyday learning opportunities in fun and easy ways. The program draws on multiple strands of research. It's linked to early learning standards. It's structured as a curriculum, and it's translated into multiple languages. The original program focused on parents' home literacy practices, and each week we would send parents 3 texts per week. I guess I didn't need to say per week there. It was a little bit redundant. I'm trying to get more engagement. So I'm going to pause for a minute. It's 3 talks in a row can be kind of tough. So let's make it interactive for a moment, because I don't like standing on a stage and talking at people. And this is just kind of a dumb thing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Who sends text messages? Okay, better question. Who doesn't send text messages? What? Hey, not at all, ever. So there's one who sends text messages infrequently. And this just sort of speaks to the sort of pervasiveness of text messaging in our lives. In any case, the original Ready4K program that we put together focuses on literacy. We sent parents 3 texts per week. On Mondays, we sent fact texts These were designed to inform and motivate parents by highlighting the importance of particular early literacy skills in compelling but impactful terms. On Wednesdays, we send tip texts, which include activities that parents can do that build on existing family routines, but also help develop the skill of the week. And then on Fridays, we send growth messages, which are designed to reinforce the importance of the topics of the week, provide a little bit of encouragement, and then to extend the text from Wednesday. Tip from Wednesday, excuse me. Here's an example. Fact: letters are the building blocks of written language. Children need to know the letters to learn how to read and write. Tip: point out the first letter in your child's name in magazines, on signs, and at the store. Make it a game. Who can find the most? Growth: keep pointing out letters. You're preparing your child for K. Now when you point out a letter, ask, what sound does it make? I'll pause while y'all take photos. I can do a little dance over here. I get kind of squirmy when I sit and wait for a presentation, so you probably are picking up on that, but I'm unabashed about it, so that's something. People are laughing a little. My wife doesn't know what to make of my sort of general approach to life, and she is a little bit more reserved than me, and I think I embarrass her always, but it's a nice balance. Another example, centered around bath time. Fact: bath time is great for building important skills for K. Start by asking your child, what are the things we need for bath time? Why? Tip: when you're bathing your child, point out the letters on shampoo bottles. Ask your child to name them and the sounds that they make. Growth: keep using bath time to prepare your child for K. Ask, what rhymes with tub, soap, and bubble? Double in trouble is the answer to the last one. I even got a smile from Amber. Yes. That's true, you have. Yeah. In any case, to evaluate the program, we conducted a randomized control trial in San Francisco, Unified, in which half of the parents received the Ready4K program, half received placebo messages, one every 2 weeks, generally pertaining to kindergarten enrollment requirements. And what we found is that parents read, used, and found the text very helpful. These are pretty large effects, up to 0.6 standard deviations. Ready4K parents reported being more involved at home than non-Ready4K parents, engaging in more home literacy activities. I'm going to sidetrack for a minute and defend parent self-reports a little bit. They have limitations, but at a minimum, they suggest that parents are internalizing the information, and I think that that's the sort of first step to behavior change. So even if it's just a psychological effect, it's still an effect. I mean, we want the behaviors, obviously, but this is a step in that direction. According to teachers who are blind to randomization, parents were more involved at school, asking more questions about how their children were doing in school, their interests, and even things they can do at home to help their kids learn to read. And then ultimately, children of Ready4K parents gained an additional 2 to 3 months of learning in some, but not all areas of early literacy. Giving voice to these findings, one parent said, "What I like most about Ready4K is that it has allowed me to build a closer relationship with my son. Because of Ready4K, my son has told me that he loves learning new things. Before the texts, I wasn't really involved in my son's class or getting to know what his strengths were and what he needed to improve in. I love Ready4K and truly believe my child will be more than ready." So not a bad quote, I would say, and makes us feel really good. Clearly, I picked a very good one. I mean, they were all pretty good, but in any case, this kind of typified the survey feedback that we got from parents. Last year, we conducted a follow-up study in which we texted the original cohort of parents for a second year. We also texted a new group of parents and found that effects persisted among returning parents and positive effects on families new to the study. Also in that study, among parents in the treatment group, we split the group such that half received general messages and half received personalized messages tailored to the child's learning level, drawing on information that we obtained from parents at baseline, and then also teachers provided us with formative assessment data throughout the year. And we found that the personalized messages were more effective for families who were in the study for their second year, potentially owing to the novelty of the approach, as well as for new parents whose children were higher achieving. In general, our messages target the median or a little bit below, so it's not surprising to find that result either. In the last year, we've grown from serving about 1,250 families in the Bay Area to over 30,000 in more than 20 states. We've developed math and SEL programs for parents of 4-year-olds, as well as a literacy program for parents of kindergartners. We're currently running a bunch of different studies where we're analyzing different aspects of our model. For example, comparing the fact tip growth model to just sending tips. We're also looking at other aspects of the program like message timing and dosage, and we're evaluating programs in new content areas such as math and SEL. Next year, we'll look at a program that adds links to the messages to see if the approach can be used to sort of scaffold on additional, more complex behaviors. Our long-term goal is pretty simple: to support as many families as possible. And the program is free and easy to implement, so if there's any interest, feel free to reach out to myself or Susanna. Thank you very much.